Trying to get some ideas for a restaurant website. And the first thing that happened with this website, when it first loaded, there was a pop-up. I closed it before I started recording. I hate pop-ups. I mean, they're asking you to do something before you even figure out who it is you're going to see. And then right here, as you look, I mean, if I mouse over, I can see the menu, but the top menu kind of just it fades out completely. And then when you mouse over it, it shows back up again. Not sure how. I mean, it should. I mean, I would think it'd be better if the top menu was there all the time, so you could see exactly where your navigation's at. We've got some. This is a slider too up here at the top. Sliders kill conversions. They're bad for the website. I mean, there's all the studies that have been done show that sliders kill conversions. Nobody, as soon as you see a slider, you immediately think it's an ad. And we've got recipes here. Let's see what these recipes look like. Let's see. Got recipes. We hit continue reading. That's pretty good. Yeah. Wonder if you could break this up some way with a background or something to make it a little easier to read. But I like the recipes. This right here is bleeding link juice to these other websites. I mean, once you're here, why you'd want to send somebody to Facebook, Twitter, or Pinterest is beyond me. That's bleeding page rank to those websites. California's passed laws because these companies here, they will track the users across the internet. So they'll put code on this website. You put this link on the website, and now they're tracking your user across their website. The other thing that happens is if I click on one of these links, and like on Facebook, Facebook will track the user from this website, and then because you're coming from this website, they say, oh, this is what they're looking for. So then they will show the user that came to this website first, they'll show them ads for other meat companies. So you're actually helping your competition by putting links from Facebook, because then Facebook tracks them, and when they land on the website, they're showing your competition's ads. So I wouldn't, there's no benefits from having those links on your website. It hurts you. It doesn't help you in any way. Let's see what we've got. Made for butchers, big meaty, 1.75 ounces. So these are just things they're selling here on the website. Humanely raised, chef crafted. Now, none of these are links. They're images. Ryan, a butcher and chef, understands the importance of quality ingredients. So they're selling snacks on this website. I saw up here too. They had some a barbecue. You got to. I mean, it's just you're trying to figure out which one of these links you're going to click on before you get up here, and you can't read them. But we've got barbecue burgers here. Well, we don't. It's just a one-page thing with a slider on it, so that's a little strange. This doesn't make it ADA compliant. It does the exact opposite. For me, and this is also not HTTPS secured. It's not a secured connection. But this right here, for me, if you say, okay, to make something compliant means it has to be the same experience for me as it would be for somebody who was handicapped. Well, the fact that they've got to click on the button here and then start choosing what they want to have happen means that it's already not the same experience, because now they've got to figure out what they're doing and what they need it to happen. So if you click on the wrong thing, I guess you come back and you click on it a second time. No, I mean, once you've clicked on something, I don't see. Okay, there. Well, eventually you get back to normal. Like the text here, we have the text, but if that's still not big enough, then I click if I click a second time, it goes back to the original size. So even like this, audio, trusted certificates, settings, I mean, active keyboard. I mean, this is confusing. It's difficult to use. Once you've messed something up on the site, it's very difficult to figure out what you've messed up and how to get it to go back. It does not make the website ADA compliant. It actually does the opposite. One, it can only fix some of the stuff. It's not fixing everything. And two, the fact that I've got to click on something to make it work, and I guess something's still activated. I guess the text is still activated. And then I've got to come up here. I mean, if I click off of it, it still doesn't close. I got to click close to close. So that's the opposite of being ADA compliant. That's the equivalent of me going to your store and you saying, hey, listen, the handicap ramp is in the back of the store and there's a hammer and nails out there. You got to build it yourself. So this is not ADA compliant. It's the opposite of being ADA compliant. And in addition to that, if we say, okay, on the SEO side, we've got a description here that's here. But I don't see a title tag. There's no title tag here. So we've got a description, but the most important thing is actually the title tag, and there is no title tag. If it has one error, that means it's not ADA compliant. This one's got 33 errors. So any one of those errors could be preventing the search engine from being able to spider the site. It can make it not work in a device. It can make it a browser have problems with it. So, and it can make it not work in a handicap device. So the fact that one error means it's not ADA compliant. I mean, when you look at the government's website and it says how to make a website ADA compliant, the very first thing at the top of the page says it has to be W3C valid code. So before you can even say I tried to make it ADA compliant, well, you didn't. You had 33 errors that you left on the website. And these, let's see, we've got a meta element with the HTTP equivalent attribute with the compatible. I mean, it's got some. I mean, if you're a professional, then the first thing you should do, you finish coding the website, and the very first thing you should do is check to make sure it's error free. And what is this thing in? Is this in Bootstrap? This is Bootstrap front end. Yeah, this is Bootstrap. Bootstrap, you got to redesign the website completely every time Bootstrap updates. At least it's not WordPress on the back end. But yeah, this website's not ADA compliant. They're using, I mean, Bootstrap's made for amateurs. Bootstrap is made for web developers who don't know how to code and don't know how to develop their own website. And professionals validate their code, so this was definitely not designed by a professional. Did they have a link to the design company down here in the bottom of the footer? Let's see. How do you get back? I mean, now this is the home page. What happened here? Am I on a different website now? Did something happen? This wasn't the one where we started. So this is 4505 Meats, and this is 4505 Burgers and Barbecue. So two different websites. And do we have a link to the web developer? No, there's no link for the web developer. But when you click on this link here, it takes you to a totally different website. And I wonder if this one does the same. That's the Meats. That's the Meats. But this one right here, you leave this website and now you can't get back to that website. I mean, there's no way back. You've left the website you were on and no way back to that website. There's no link from this site back to the other site. So that's a little crazy. And then we've got the errors, but we've also got two, see, even with that thing that's supposed to make it compliant and everything else, that little tag down there, it's still got two errors on it. So not only do you have, and it only takes one ADA compliant error to get you sued. So you can get fined $50,000 per incident, and that's $100,000. And you could get sued, and you can get sued and fined over and over again until you fix the problems. So the website's not ADA compliant. It's not W3C valid code. It takes 2.4 seconds for the first content paint. If it takes more than a second for the first content paint, Google will limit how often, how deep, and how much they spider the website. So if the website's not getting spidered, Google can't find all the pages. Now, this one's got the recipes, so it may not be finding all those. Well, not this one. I mean, I got to go back to that other one. This one's got recipes on it, so that's kind of like a blog. So there's a good chance Google's not able to find all these different recipes because they're not able to spider the website or go very deep into the website. And again, that's just crazy that you would link to third-party sites. You're bleeding link juice to them. You're hurting your own rankings, and it's not going to rank as high because you've got these links to these. And you can get sued if you're in California. The other thing is, if it takes longer than 2.5 seconds for the largest content to paint, and these are all kinds of errors here, immediately the web designer should design the website and then start checking for errors to fix errors. But if it takes longer than 2.5 seconds for the largest content paint, Google found that if a website takes just 3 seconds for the largest content paint, or to fully load, it will lose 53% of its traffic. Over half the traffic will be lost at 3 seconds. There's also a Google penalty, and there's also, you've got other penalties that come along with that, like, you know, how the user reacts to the website, how long he stays on the website. All this stuff is affected by that largest content paint, and this one takes 5.8 seconds. So if 53%, more than half the traffic leave, is what the studies have shown, if a website takes just 3 seconds to load, how many more will leave when the website takes 5.8 seconds to load? So this thing is bleeding conversions, it's bleeding traffic, it's not ADA compliant. Some of the stuff here that they're doing is crazy. They're bleeding link juice, it's hurting rankings. There's just a lot of stuff going on here that's going to hurt this website's ability to convert traffic and rank. The sliders killing it. I mean, the sliders, as soon as somebody sees it's got a slider, they start looking below the slider because sliders kill the conversions. The images here should be something that gets me to click and move forward. It should be painting a picture and telling a story that makes me the hero of the story. And none of that stuff's happening. You've got stuff moving around. I mean, it's just kind of I don't know how much they're making with the website, but they're losing more than they're making, obviously, because the website takes more than 3 seconds to load on mobile, which means that 3 seconds they would lose 53%. So however much they're making, they're losing more than they're making because at 3 seconds they lost 53% of their traffic.